So actually, this is new to me. I didn't realize that there's
Mhm.
networks for auto insurance. So you're saying if I'm following and helping other people follow along, if you get into an accident, say I have X insurance company. I don't want to name any names if I'm not supposed to, but we'll say one that's red. There's a couple that are red. If I have a red insurance company, then I get in an accident, I have to use that insurance company's network. Are you saying?
You do not have to.
Okay.
There's a law that states, it's called the anti-steering legislation. And it says-
Anti-steering?
Anti-steering. And that says that the insurance company can't require you to go to any shop, any particular shop.
Okay.
So if you ever noticed, if you've called for a claim, you'll notice that they give you two names. They don't usually give you just one. That's one piece of trying to meet that requirement, that they're not allowed to steer you. So they give you two. But they were allowed.
Even that's steering. I mean, it's
It is.
very
That-
narrow for all of Omaha.
It's
I
a
mean,
technicality
Sure.
that they aren't steering. But the whole reason the legislation came into being is because you've got, think about it, a car owner has car damage.
Mhm.
Their insurance company, or whatever insurance company's liable if someone else hit you. But the insurance company is there to make you whole, right?
Right.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Mhm.
So if they get into a contract with the repairer, so now you've got the pay source and the repairer in a deal, right, together, and you're over here.
Sure.
So there's a conflict of interest, in my opinion.
Definitely.
And I think that's why the legislation is a piece of it, because
Mhm.
they understand that that is somewhat of a conflict of interest, to have these two get together, and then the person that receives the services isn't really part of that
Mhm.
agreement. So they make it, yes, you can do the agreements, you can have the contracts with shops, but you can't steer people, you can't make people go there. You can make all the business, partners that you want, but you can't make your customers buy services from there, because it's their choice, it's their right to choose the shop where they get their car fixed.
See, that's so foreign to me because on the health insurance side, it's technically still the consumer's choice. You can do your in-network provider or your out-of-network. Just the insurance
Right.
company won't really pay for
different,
everything. Yeah,
pay less, or don't pay at all.
exactly.
Right.
On the
That's crazy
out-of-network.
too. That's crazy too. I
It
don't,
is.
I'm glad it's not that bad
Mm-hmm.
for the body repair.
So it is
But
the
it's
same
similar.
cost. It's the same cost though, even if it's in
Yes.
network versus wow.
Yep. So in or out of network is not any change to the consumer.
So Kim, why do you think it is that people don't realize they can go to whoever they want?
I think it's because of how the conversations go when they call that claims phone number on the back of your insurance cards. If you're in an accident, call this number. It's usually a 1-800 number.
Mhm.
And you call the claims department, which is more of a corporate, location or call center
Right.
for the insurance. And the dialogue that they have with the claims person gives them that impression.
Hmm. It's illegal though, so is it just like kind of equivocating, or they're kind of telling half truths on the phone line, or
Well,
like because you mentioned there's steering laws where you can't
Yes.
say you have to go to
Right.
these specific shops.
So some of my customers, I will let them know that before they call claims, if I say write an estimate for them before they decide if they want to file a claim. And then I educate them before
Mhm.
they make that call, so that they're aware of their rights, they're aware of what they can and can't do, and how they should expect their insurance company to take care of them.
Sure.
So, but they'll call in and they'll ask, say, I need to file a claim, and they'll get all the information. And then if you say, I took my car, I got an estimate from ProCare Collision Center, they'll ask you the name again, they'll look on their records at each moment, and they'll come back and say that shop is not in our network.
Hmm.
And they'll
Which
say,
literally
but
means nothing though.
it doesn't mean
really?
anything,
Uh-huh.
right. So they say that, and then the customer
It freaks out.
Yeah, kind of,
Uh-huh.
because they, there's like, oh wow.
Because
And-
with going back to my world with the health insurance, that's a big red flag. It's like, oh, I can't
Yeah.
do that. I can't go to them.
Right. So and I think some of the ideas that they have about health insurance, I think that actually does spill over
Probably
to people's
hinders, yeah.
general understanding. So when they see out of network, I think that means something to a person,
Probably.
to a consumer,
Mhm.
especially with the way the health is, and that is the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
in the health side
Huh.
of insurance, but they'll be told, you can go to whatever shop you choose,
Mhm.
but they don't stop there. They go on from there and say, but, there's always a but. But if you go to our network, you'll get a guarantee. Well, that sounds good. If you go to someone in our network, the process will be expedited.
Hmm.
Okay, so it'll be faster, and I'll get a guarantee. Okay, this is something good, so the people start to shift.
Right.
And if you push,
Hmm.
they'll never tell you can't. They'll let you go wherever you want, but they'll let you know those things. I've had people tell me that their insurance has said, "Oh, ProCare's opted out of our network." As far as I know, I've never had a conversation with that insurance company about anything,
Wow.
Or if I have called them about that, they've said they don't have any openings in their network.
Mhm.
So people get told that. People get told, well, if your shop's estimate doesn't agree with our adjuster's estimate, then you'll be responsible for the difference.
Hmm.
Boy, that scares you too, because most
Right.
people don't even have their $500 or $1,000, and now they're thinking, oh
For
my
the
God, and I
deductible,
could have to
yeah.
pay more. Oh my God! Now the tension and the stress builds.
Could it ever be more?
Well, it's funny because what they're saying is technically true. What they're really telling you is, we don't have any controls over that shop. That's really all they're telling you.
Okay, that makes.
We don't have
I
any
get that.
pre-negotiated arrangements or agreements, or
Mhm.
so basically the shop, yes, we can do whatever we want. We could say, well, this is the right way to fix your car. It costs $2,800, and the insurance guy that writes an estimate for the insurance says, well, my estimate is $2,500, and he's not going to budge.
I gotcha.
So I could say, well, customer, your business thing is with me. It's not between me and your insurance. It's between me and you.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have to pay me $2,800. I mean, I could do that. So when the insurance says that, they're really just saying, we can't promise that won't happen. We don't
makes
have
sense.
control.
But no shop really would ever.
But a shop,
do
who
that.
in their right mind
Hmm.
would make your customers angry? It's not good business.
Right,
And
yeah.
maybe there are independent shops that would do that, that
Mhm.
do that. I know there are. That's not our shop.
Sure.
We're here to make your life simpler, easy,
Mhm.
and be helpful. We would never want that to happen. Now,
Right.
there are situations where we don't agree with the adjuster's estimate that he writes initially.
Do you just eat that then as a business?
Well, there's two choices. I can just say, okay, fine, do it right, and just floss on them getting paid for it, not getting
Mhm.
paid for it. I can do it according to the insurance estimate and let the chips fall where they may. That's not really the right way to do the repair.
Hmm.
So what we do is we do everything we can to work with the insurance. I mean, they're not bad people,
Right.
they just have a job to do, right?
Mhm.
And they have accountability built into what they authorize for repair procedures and pricing and
Sure.
all that. So we will make sure that they get the documentation that they need. For example, we just had a car in here, 2020, and the insurance estimate, which is like the approved repair plan estimate, cost, all that,
Mhm.
had recycled part. Okay, it's a 2020.
Sure.
I'm not gonna put a used part or even aftermarket part, a
Right,
knockoff
like
part
brand
on
new
that car,
car.
right? That's
Mhm.
not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So we'll call the insurance and tell them that. And if they don't agree with that, they say, no, this is our procedure, this is our policy,
Mm.
this is how we do it, this is what we do. And then
Yeah.
I would say, okay, well, that's not acceptable to me. So if I can't give them documentation or get them to understand that that's not the right thing to do, then I have other options. I can get them the OEM or factory part from the dealer, and the
Mhm.
dealer will sometimes
Give you
match
yeah.
match the price of the aftermarket part.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not
My
telling
job's
them that
usually-
they shouldn't go to a network shop, or
Right.
that it'll be bad if they go to a network shop.
Mhm.
I don't believe that. It could be good experience, it could be bad. What I don't want people to do is make an assumption that that's the best route for them to go. You should go where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you can trust the people that you're working with, because The consumers, you don't know what, if your car was fixed right when you pick it up, it just looks shiny, it looks good. I
Right.
mean, you don't really
Probably
know.
looks
You
the
know,
best
you know
it
if
ever
it's
has.
safe.
You're like, oh, this
Yeah.
looks awesome.
So you really want to ask your neighbors, ask your friends, ask people you trust if they've had a personal experience and they could recommend someone.
Mhm.
As a last resort,
Yeah.
go check out a place that your insurance would give you as an option.
Mhm.
But don't.
That comes full circle back to what we started off with, is the branding.
Mhm.
You know, your reputation is kind of everything, especially in Omaha. When
Oh, yeah.
you say you're from even small town, you know, outside of the city,
Mhm.
and that's just kind of Midwest. Midwest
Yeah.
nice. It's everyone's looking out for each other, and everyone's here to help.
Well, Scott and
You know,
I
a
were
lot of-
born here, raised here. We lived our whole life in Omaha. We love Omaha, and
Oh, sorry, I thought you said you were from a small town originally.
he
Or
owned
you-
a shop in Tacoma.
That's what he- okay,
lived in
he
Blair
was.
at the time. I count it all as. I personally lived in
Got it.
Omaha the whole time. Scott's
Okay.
lived in Blair and Tacoma for a time when he had that shop.
Mhm.
But we're
But still, the
Omaha
val-
natives.
value's still
I mean,
over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Midwest, our values and caring about customers and it's just even if you don't choose me, what I'm concerned about is that you're comfortable with the choice, comfortable with where you're going.
Mhm.
That's the main thing. If it's not me, it's not me.
Right.
But my passion is for people to not be tentative and nervous about where they're going and feel that feeling that, well, I have to go here. I've had people literally say, oh, I really like you guys. We could take the time, go around and talk to them, explain the estimate to them or whatever, and they feel uncomfortable. And I really hope I can go to you guys. I mean, I'm like, what do you mean? You're the boss, man. You go where you feel
Right.
comfortable.
Mhm.
But this just, it's just so long standing. It's just so deeply ingrained in our thought.
Education can fix it, I
Mhm.
think. And thank
It'll take
you,
time.
thank you, and all of ProCare Collision for being a part of the education and helping people in difficult times. Because, like I said, I mean, it's a frantic time when you get into an accident.